She refused to give insurance details after hitting my car. She didn't know that's a crime. I was just sitting in my parked car, reading a book, waiting for my daughter's football game to start. I'd backed into a spot near the field, engine off, radio down, minding my business. That's when I saw the other car coming. An older woman, easily in her 70s, was trying to nose her way into the empty space right beside me. Front in, straight line. Except she wasn't going to make it. Not even close. I waved. I honked. Nothing. Metal screeched against metal as her front bumper carved a long white streak across my passenger door. I got out immediately, already bracing myself for the usual, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry" conversation. Instead, she stepped out of her car, looked me dead in the eye, and said she hadn't hit anything. I pointed at the evidence. White paint from her car smeared across my black door. Black paint transferred onto her front bumper. It wasn't subtle. It wasn't debatable. It was right there in full color, like two puzzle pieces that fit perfectly together. "I want to be reasonable about this," I said. "Let's just swap insurance details and we can both go about our day." She wasn't having it. "I didn't hit your car," she snapped. "You're lying. You're trying to frame me." Frame her? For what? Being 70-something and misjudging a parking space on a quiet Sunday morning? I almost laughed, except she genuinely wasn't joking. She turned, got back in her car, and walked off toward the clubhouse like the conversation had never happened. I called my insurance company right there in the parking lot, half expecting them to tell me it wasn't a big deal. Instead, they explained that without her details, I'd be on the hook for my own excess. Their advice: try one more time, and if she still refuses, file a police report. So I did. I found her again near the clubhouse and asked, as calmly as I could manage, one more time for her insurance information. "Fef." "Off," she said. "You're harassing me. Call the Fef." Ingo Police. Fine, message received. Here's the thing about me. I hate involving the police. Genuinely. Life's too short. My daughter was about to play her game, and a scraped door felt like the smallest problem in the world compared to standing in a parking lot arguing with a stranger who'd already made up her mind to lie to my face. So I let it go. I watched my daughter play, drove home with a very ugly white stripe down my black door, and figured that was that. Monday morning changed everything. I was walking to work, and my route happens to pass directly by the local police station. I stopped. Stood there for a second. Thought, why not? Worst case, they laugh me out the door. They didn't laugh. The officer I spoke to was sharp, patient, and completely unbothered by how minor the damage was. What he told me next stopped me in my tracks. Refusing to exchange details after a collision isn't just rude, it's a criminal offense. It doesn't matter if it's a fender bender in an empty car park or a 5-car pileup on the highway. Walking away and denying it happened is treated seriously under the law. He took my statement, logged the details, and told me it would be followed up. So here's where things stand. What could have been a 30-second, painless exchange, "Sorry, here's my insurance, have a good day," has now become an official police matter with actual legal consequences. Not because of a scraped door, because of a choice. I don't know her name. I don't need to. But somewhere in Gosford, New South Wales, there's a woman who thought swearing at a stranger and driving off would make her problem disappear. Instead, she turned 2 seconds of decency she refused to give into a criminal issue she can't unchoose. Funny how that works. The damage to my car will buff out. I'm not sure hers will.